Hello and welcome to Civil Service Express. Today we are going to discuss what should be your last 30 days strategy for the EPFO APFC and EOO examination 2025. As you guys already know, the exam is scheduled to be held on 30th November. That means 30th of this month. And there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of burden on how to cover the syllabus, how to cover the exam, what should we prepare now, what should we do now, whether we should give test series or whether we should read static portions. So today we are going to discuss everything along with all the issues that has arisen recently, plus which are like distracting the individuals from their core studies. Let's start the session. First, I want to discuss certain issues which are burdening you or which are creating confusions in your mind. First thing is the completion of exam process. In my chats, in my DMs, I have received a lot of messages saying, sir, whether this exam process will be completed on time. Because the previous exam, that is 2023 exam process, took almost 2 years to complete the whole process from exam till joining. So the same speculation is in present students' minds that whether the exam process will be completed on time or not. We know it's very important that can we invest such amount of time in such exams which will give us a posting after 2 years, and whether we should remain in the loophole or whether in this loop of this particular exam process. So my suggestion is that in previous exams there were certain administrative or exam related issues with the UPSC that caused the delay of exam for 2 years or almost 1.5 years. But in this period, this exam, there is no such issues. And UPSC has also brought certain reforms in the exam process, such as conduct of single exam for EPFO, APFC, and enforcement and account officer. So all these things, plus UPSC's commitment for these exams, will ensure that this exam process is completed in time. Previously, there were certain issues because of regulatory or administrative issues. For that, the exam got postponed for 1.5 years. Otherwise, this time the exam process will be completed on time. Second thing I'm listening right now is postponement of exams. Certain channels or Telegram channels are saying that the exam can be postponed in can be held in March or February or certain other dates. But as far as the current situation is, neither the UPSC, neither the EPFO has given any kind of hint or anything that this exam can be postponed. Present day situation is both the UPSC, both the EPFO are committed to conduct this exam on time. So prepare according to the 30th November date, not believe on the rumors or everything. Because you guys know already you have very less time for this exams. You already guys are committed to some other exams. You are taking some time out of that particular exam process or your preparation process in giving it to this exams. But with such news, na, people get distracted and people just leave the preparation of these exams. And when these exams will happen, you will see that certain elements from like wrong areas or certain non-competitive elements get selected in these exams. So I will suggest you to prepare for these exams. Don't believe in such newses or such kind of rumors. Prepare according to the 30th November. As of now, there is no hint from UPSC or EPFO for the postponement of this particular exams. And third suggestions or third, there was some RTI reply going around in Telegram channels that this year that applicants or the number of applicants who applied for the EPFO, APFC and enforcement and account officer exams have almost halved or reduced to half. So that's a good news. If the RTI reply is assumed to be true, that's a very good news. When we discussed in the first lecture, when I talked about the competition that is increasing in this particular exams, with this kind of RTI reply, that shows that people are scared of that competition. People now think that this exam is uncrackable. It cannot be cracked by anyone or it cannot be cleared by anyone. So it has reduced significantly the number of applicants also. Plus, the impact of previous exam process, the cycle was 1.5 year 2 years long. So people were like want to remain away from that cycle, na? They were like, I want to remain in particular cycle which complete the exam process 1 year. I don't do want to be involved in such long exam cycles. And all these reasons, cut off previous year certain issues, certain newses, or all this exam process late, and all these things have reduced the attraction of candidates toward the EPFO exams. And for all those individuals who have filled the forms and who wants to prepare for this exam, that's a good news, because having the applicants means you will have a certainly reduced competition, but it won't reduce the overall cutoff or something. And cutoff, the competition will remain the same, but overall the number of applicants you are competing now, that will significantly reduce. And if someone is serious, someone is preparing for a long time, and someone who can give the next, at least next month dedicatedly to this exam now, have a high chances of clearing this particular exams. And the next issue is the impact of single exams. People are still like confused, like what will happen, how will we get selected, whether we will get APFC, whether we will get EOO, whether the cutoff will rise, it will fall. So let's address these things. First thing is single exam means previously EPFO or UPSC used to conduct the EPFO exam for APFC and enforcement and account officer separately. There was one exam for APFC, that was a different process cycle or exam cycle, and there was different exam for enforcement and account officer, and there was a different exam cycle. Both used to have different interviews and different time periods, so both were the different exam cycles. And this was also the reason that exam cycle got extended a lot. So this time, what they have done is they have created a single combined exams. Means there will be only one exam for APFC, one exam for enforcement and account officer. Both the exam will be conducted through a combined process, single exams. So this will significantly reduce the overall the stretch of exam cycle, and it also will help UPSC to manage its logistics better, manage the security of the exam better, so that any kind of allegations which were raised in the previous exams are not raised in this particular exams. So overall, the impact of single exam will not hurt you in any manner. Plus, previously what will happen? Assume you gave the EPFO examination, EPFO APFC examination, but you couldn't get selected in the EPFO examination. So assume the EPFO APFC cutoff was around 178 something. You got 170 marks. In those 170 marks, you would not get any service. Plus, in the EPFO enforcement account officer, you gave the exam. It didn't went well. You got around 130 marks. I talking about the general category. So in that also, you couldn't clear the EPFO enforcement officer exams. So this exam, when the exam is a single exams, assume you get around 150 or 160 numbers, as yes, you will want to get the EPFC exams, assuming the cutoff is 178, but you will at least get the enforcement officer post. So you won't, even if you prepare like dedicatedly now, and if you score a decent marks, then you have chances of getting selected in at least one of the services, whether it's APFC services or whether it's enforcement or account officers. Overall it will benefit you a lot. So now we are seeing the vacancies as number of vacancies as different exams now, like there are certain other number vacancies for APFC and there are different vacancies for EOU. No, now with this single exams the vacancies are combined. Now you have chances, high chances of getting at least one service if you clear these exams or if you are able to score a decent marks. Next is high cutoff. So people ask like cutoff will be 180, cutoff will be 200, 210, or it will be 140 like just the previous years. So let's address this thing. First thing is cutoff cannot be decided pre, right? If we are assuming the previous cutoff trends, we are taking the previous cutoff trends as base to like help our preparations. So I would say at least target 200 or 210 marks, because 140 marks for the EPFO EO examination was the reason behind that was paper was extremely tough. So this time an APFC exam was comparatively easy, plus the competition was also high, so cutoff went to 170 or 178 or something, I'm not sure. So assuming the previous trend, assuming the impact of single exam, assuming the level of preparation that people have increased, assuming the I would say awareness about these exams and the availability of quality content in the market has significantly increase the competition. So target 200 marks. You are also benefiting from this now. Previously, when I gave the examination, there was not much content for this particular examination. Still, like there is no very rarely will able to find quality content for this examination. But at that point of time, there was no such quality content. I prepared my notes on my own. I researched through all the topics. I read the bare acts. I read the IGNOU notes or whatever the notes there was, NCRTs, raw NCRTs, everything. We have to do that extra effort. And this effort is not right now not needed because a number of coachings have improved their content. We also have improved the content. In the Civil Service Express, you also have seen the quality of content that has been provided. The effort which we have put during our previous exam cycle has been reduced for you. We put the effort, we created the content, and we provided it to you. Now, all you have to do is revise the content and work on it. So rather than going through all the difficult notes, lengthy where acts, lengthy laws. Now the content has been easily accessible to you. So this will significantly improve your preparation also, and overall the cutoff of the exam will also increase by 5 or 10 marks, assuming everyone is getting access to quality content. The way you are getting access to quality content, I am assuming that everyone in the exam segment, from whatever coaching they are taking the notes now, they are getting quality content. So considering this, you can expect a high cutoff. I would say 180, above 180, and at least I would say 190 or 200, assuming the exam pattern is of around EOU examination. So 200 cutoff is a good cutoff. So overall, these issues have been, I think I have resolved or addressed your concerns. The exam process will be completed on time. There is no postponement of these exams. Plus, the applicants has halved, and this will significantly benefit you in the upcoming exams. Plus, the single exam is not going to hurt you in any manner. It's for your betterment. It will provide you an extra opportunity to get at least either a Group A service or the post of Assistant Commissioner, or the Group B service, the post of Enforcement or Account Officer. So this is your, I think, a golden chance for to clear these exams to get a Group B or Group A service in the government of India. And the high cutoff is not a concern for you guys. If you have access to good quality notes, your preparation is improved, your quality of content is improved. Overall, even if the cutoff is high, now you are prepared for the high cutoff. So don't worry about the high cutoffs or anything. All the exams have high cutoff. Out of 300, 200 marks is not that high cutoff, right? The I would say the quality of certain questions, just like the English 20 question from English, or the basic level of maths and reasoning that has been asked in these exams, or the economy portions or the polity portion is not that tough like the CSE exams. It is still tough, but not that tough like CSE exams. Then it will allow you to score high marks. And if you are prepared for the labor laws, accounting, auditing, IR, social security, and everything else, you have high chances of surpassing this higher cutoffs also. But make sure you like stick to quality content. This year, you cannot afford to go after like some random contents or some random notes, and or just stick to the UPSC CSE preparation set. I will not prepare for the labor law, I will not prepare for the accounting, auditing, and anything. I will just stick to the my CSE preparation or GS part, and I will clear this exams. No, this time this is not going to happen. You have to consider reading the quality content, the quality notes of the EPFO special subjects, and this will allow you to clear this high cutoff very easily. Now let's come to the topic subjects part and how we need to prepare, or how we need to approach the individual subjects, and how we need to clear this exam in a very standardized, very comprehensive, and very, I would say, proper manner. First is subjects. First is general English. My suggestion is, if you are from Hindi medium background, if you are from a background where you haven't read the English much, you can go for certain English books or certain English YouTube lectures. You don't need to go for any coaching or something. English is a very basic subjects, very basic question are asked from English. You can stick to those subjects or those particular notes or content and everything. You can check the previous year questions and check how many questions you are able to solve. Depending on that and depending on your background, go for English, because 20 marks are very easy marks. Those who are from English medium, or those who have read English sufficiently in the previous year exams, or those who are from SSC backgrounds, banking backgrounds, and have good command over the English, na, they won't have to worry much about the English. Uh, for myself, I never read about or never read a thing about English in my previous attempt, because the 20 marks are easy. If you need preparations, go for it. If you don't, you can skip it. So I will also tell in this discussion that what are the important subjects that you must study no matter what, and certain subjects that you can afford to skip it. So generally English is something that you can skip it. Next is English culture, heritage, and freedom moments. That means history of India. History of India is a very important subject from the perspective of this particular exam. You can expect like 11, 12 questions from the whole history, art and culture, ancient, medieval, and the modern history. I have received certain questions that do we need only modern history or just modern history and culture? Can we skip the ancient and medieval history part? No, you cannot skip it. The culture, Indian culture means art and culture, heritage means ancient and medieval history, and freedom movements means modern history. You have to read all the history. Presently, what you can do is, if you are not able to read the complete spectrum, Nitin Sangwan or Nitin Singhania, and whatever the books there are for Hindi medium and English medium, different mediums for history, what you can do is get some notes of certain IS coachings. A lot of IS coaching provide summarized notes for history. And if you have already prepared for this civil services or other exams, go through those notes, revise 2 or 3 times, and solve multiple previous year questions from the UPSC, or you can check the Ghatna Chakra book. Check or solve multiple questions as much as you can. You will find no need to enroll test series for history questions. History question you can find it in previous year question books and some certain test series. Just solve those questions and you are good to go. 10, 11 marks. All of you have read history. I'm assuming you are from the previously civil services background. So history is a good like bet. If you give certain amount of time, na, you will be rewarded in a very good manner. Next subject is Indian economy. Indian economy in this exam, you will see very basic questions, very generic questions from either from the static part of the Indian economy and also certain questions from the budget or economic survey. The questions or topics which are in news for the past 1 year or since the economic survey or budget has been announced or certain scheme has been announced. So you will see very basic questions, not very difficult that you cannot achieve it. And around 5 to 6 questions are asked from Indian economy. So it's an achievable job. Stick to whatever notes you are reading. Don't go for any other notes. For an economic survey and for budget, you can read Vision IS summary, and for other, whatever notes you are reading, whatever the book you are reading, just stick to short notes. And if assuming if you don't have any notes or if you're not reading anything now, check for any coaching, civil services coaching, IS coaching, which provide certain short notes for Indian economy, like 15, 20 pages or 30 pages. Just read those notes. You don't need to put read or like books of 1,000 pages or anything. Read basic concepts, or you can watch YouTube videos which are explaining the basics of Indian economy, or some marathon of Indian economy you will find on the YouTube for the IS examination. Just go through that. You can also watch certain summary videos of budget and economic survey of the previous year or this year. This will help you out with the Indian economy. You don't need to put much effort. If you want to put effort in Indian culture, freedom movements, and if you're from Hindi medium, put effort in English. Next is polity, the governance and constitution of India. Polity is very important. Around 10 to 15 questions are asked from polity, depending. Like they can ask 10 questions, they can ask 9 questions or 15 questions also. Polity is a very scoring subject. Every one of you have read polity, no matter from which background you are. If you are from the civil services, if you are in the competitive examination, SSC, IS, anything, or state PCS, you have read the polity and history. Focus on revising polity and history rather than going after certain things which you think you won't be able to complete. Now, revise what you have already done. English is a scoring, history is a scoring, governance and constitution of India, that is polity, is very scoring. So revise them. Next, general science. For polity, you all know Lakshmikant is the best. If you don't have time to read Lakshmikant, you can go for certain IS coaching notes, same like 80, 90 pages or 100 pages, and you can revise them. As first thing is, you have to understand this is an objective examination. You don't need to grasp the uh, books in a way that you have to write answers. You just have to choose one right answer. You have 4 answers in front of you. You just have to find the right answer. So prepare accordingly. Don't read theories much. Read on the facts where question can be asked. For both history, also for the economy, I can say, and for the polity, go through previous year questions of UPSC, CSC. You will find a lot of questions for polity and history now. Just complete all those questions. If you don't are not able to address certain questions, read it through the book. मान लो कोई आपको टॉपिक नहीं आता है, वो टॉपिक वापस जाओ बुक में कवर करो, then come back to the question part and do the questions. if you are able to do this task now, previous question of UPSC, CSC, EPFO, everything, if you have got access to EPFO question, that's fine. If you don't have, no need to worry about it. Just go through EPFO, UPSC, CSC previous year questions of history and polity and certain questions of economy also, and you are good to go for these papers. For general science, a lot of people are referring to Lucent and NCRTs and certain other coaching notes. I would say if you want to stick to NCRTs. Plus, if you don't want to stick to NCRTs and if you can find certain coaching notes of that are based on NCRT, na, then go for that. Or what you can do if you don't have time. If you know I have read general science in the previous examination or in the school, and I have like significant idea of what the science is and how things work, and I just need to revise. Go on YouTube, search for physics marathon, biology marathon, chemistry marathon. You will find a lot of marathons in which they have taught the topics of general science, physics, chemistry, biology in a very good manner, in a very proper manner. Like the marathons will be 8 hours, 10 hours, certain times, 4 hours, 3 hours. Whatever suits you, whichever teacher suits you, go through that. No need to go for any coaching for this. All this content is very easily available on the YouTube. You need to save your time, save your money, and invest where it need to be invested. So for general science, go through that. If you find certain previous year question books, or certain MCQ books of general science for SSC examination, for UPSC examination, anything, just solve them. Or certain free tests will be, you will find in the Telegram channels or certain free test sites. Na? Go through them. That's it. No extra preparation, no extra coaching, no extra effort is needed for this examination. There are a lot of teacher teaching general sciences on the YouTube. Just go through them. You will be good to go. But yes, it's a very important with history, polity, and science. They are very important subjects along with the computer. We will talk about the EPF specific subjects differently, but if we talk about general subjects, history, polity, and general science are the most important subjects from the exam perspective, along with the math and reasoning. Next comes the computer application. For computer application, around 10 questions are asked from computer application. Certain questions are very basic. Every one of us know. Everyone have used the computer, and now in the days of mobile, we all are very aware of how the system works. So of 10 questions, we will be easily able to address 5 to 6 questions. But there will be certain 4 to 5 questions which will be difficult or which will need a reading of computer concepts. For computer, I haven't find any proper notes or like a proper books or something that are available in the market for free, right? In Civil Services Express, we have also created computer notes, and we sourced it from NCRTs and certain like technical books of computer. And I have in this search, I have realized that there is no single book which is able to cover all these things in a single place. So if you want to read something, you can go for NCRTs, certain topics. You can go for IGNOU notes, certain topics, and certain technical books, which won't be easy for you to find. But if you find it, you can read certain topics from those books. But you have to like pick and choose like which thing cover which topics. So it's a like a difficult task. If you have certain coaching notes, or if you want to like read Civil Service Express notes, you can go for that. And computer overall is a scoring subject. Means if you give a one reading to those new topics, now you are good to go. Means out of 10 marks, you can score 8 to 9 marks very easily. So computer is something that should be read in priority. It's a very easy subject, very easy topic. You just need to go one time. You don't need explanation. You don't need to watch videos or anything. 90% of the things you already know. There are certain 10% things which need an additional reading. So for computer application, I would suggest you to go through some quality notes only. You don't go for certain books or something, but it will just like waste your time. Next come the maths, statistics, and reasoning. These three are the like a combo. For statistics, very few questions are like one or two. For that, you can read NCRT. You will also find YouTube videos of 11 class 11 and 12 explaining statistics. So just go through the videos, read once, and you are good to go. It won't take you maximum 2 to 3 hours. Everything like books, reading, videos, and everything. For maths and reasoning, you can the best thing you can do is go to YouTube, search for any teacher's video topic wise for SSC or for banking, you will find very good teachers who have explained the concepts very beautifully and very easily. So go through that and try to solve as many questions as you can. If you have access to test series, you can give test series. If you're already enrolled in Civil Service Express test series, go through those tests. If you can get hold of SSC books, or if you have already have CSET books for this maths and reasoning, solve the questions from those. Or you can just download the UPSC previous year question papers and solve the question from those. The main purpose is, first thing is to understand the concepts. You won't be able to crack any examination just by solving questions. First, you need to understand the concepts. For that, you can go through YouTube and then you can solve questions. For now, those who have already gone through the videos in the last 30 days, just go through or try to do as many questions as you can. Try to, like I would say, fail multiple times before the exams so that you don't fail in the exams. The only reason test series are made, only reason we solve MCQ question is to fail faster so that in the exams we do not fail. For maths, reasoning and statistics, solve as many MCQs as you can. If you haven't understood the concept, go on YouTube, understand the concept and solve as many questions as you can in the next 30 days, because it's also a scoring subject. If you know the concepts, you will get the right answer. That's it. There's no hard and fast rule that you need to analyze something. There can be nuances behind every option or behind every question. They're very easy. You know the answer, you know the answer. You don't know, you don't know. That's it. If you know the concept, you will easily be able to answer the question. But yes, don't rely on your 10th or 12th knowledge that I have read the topic in the 12th, I will solve it. You read the topic, right? You solved those questions during your 11th, 12th, or 10th. But the process you followed was a lengthy process. In this examination, you need an easy process in which you can solve the questions in 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds. So, to solve the questions within such a time limit and through certain tricks, you have to watch certain YouTube videos. You will find great teachers on YouTube who are teaching SSC and banking examinations. Don't go for CSET teachers and everything. Go for SSC and banking teachers. They can only tell you the easiest trick or fastest trick to solve such questions. Now come the main part. IR, labor law, security, accountancy, auditing, insurance, which most of us don't even have idea, like how to prepare, what to do. Even when I gave the examination, there was no resource available for all these subjects. Very few coachings were providing notes, but they were not up to the standards. They were randomly made by, like, they were not properly addressed to the EPFO exam pattern or the EPFO exam conducted by UPSC. They were just random things. And that is the reason you have seen the cutoff is so low. Because most of us didn't even knew how to approach labor laws or social security or industrial relations. And we were just playing on the basis of GS. Very few individuals had were able to prepare the notes for global labor law, securities, IR on their own, and they somehow scored it. They also got benefited from it. But overall, the whole EPF exam aspirants was suffering from this particular part of labor laws, industrial relations, social security, accounting, auditing, and everything, because it's new to everyone. We are usually not preparing such subjects in our daily preparations, whether it's state PCS, CSC, SSC, banking, and everything. So this year, I have gone through this process. I know the like difficulty which you face while preparing such subjects, the time and amount of effort it goes into such subjects, and it also kind of impact your GS part also. It also reduce your significant efforts towards GS part, and now you are like juggling between both the things. And presently, what from my experience, what I've did is try to create EPFO notes for these subjects, for special subjects based on the UPSC pattern, based on the previous EPFO papers, and based on what the EPFO or the UPSC can ask in the next examination, this examination or the next examinations, considering every factor, the previous year paper, the ongoing trend of UPSC, and how the new kind of questions can be asked. So I try to prepare the notes in such a comprehensive manner. I also shared certain videos on the YouTube explaining those notes, such as EPFX, trade union, and IR, certain topics of IR. So the main problem which I face now, I tried to solve it. And I think I have done a good job because I had the help of EPFO toppers, senior teachers who had gone through this. plus subject experts who knew the subjects, who helped us to curate these notes in a very better manner, in a way that the students, the aspirant can easily get hold of it. Because the labor law is a very difficult concept. Labor law is a very difficult subject. Even lawyers take years to understand laws, and you have to address such labor laws. And in quantity, 17, 18 laws are overall there in labor laws and social security and IR combined. So you have to address all these laws to naive aspirants who don't even have idea about how the things work. So to address those things, now I have created those laws, and very many other coachings have also done the same thing. So I would suggest you, if you already have enrolled in certain coaching, if you think that notes are very good, very suffice, revise them. Don't go for barrettes. Don't go for like bulky materials of IGNU or something for accounting or auditing. Go through notes, revise as much as you can. Because even if I would say 15 questions are asked or 20 questions asked, you are not able to address 2 3 questions. Just leave it. Because most of the individual won't even be able to address 5 questions, and you can address 15 questions. So revise as much as you can. If you don't have access to any notes yet, you can check Civil Service Express notes. And if you already have access to certain notes, and if you think they are sufficient, go for it. If you think they are not sufficient, you can check our notes or any other coaching's notes which you think are good. And the best way to check any notes or check the quality of any notes is to read the notes, go through previous year questions, and say yes, they are addressing previous year question. This is the first quality check. Yes, they are addressing the first questions. Second thing is, if the UPSC follows the same pattern of previous year questions, will they be able to address whatever the next step the UPSC takes? Yes, they can address this. They are good notes. Third thing is, can you understand it? Is it easy for you? Or they are just made to just address the questions and not to help you out or help you learn, or easy to understand for you in all the subjects. Now do this thing. You have limited time. Just choose the right thing and just stick to it. Don't run around like new notes every day. First, you will stick to certain notes because everyone's saying it's the best coaching, it's the best thing. Everyone I've read through that. Previous year stopper has said the same thing. Now you are sticking to those notes. Just go for notes which you feel is good for you. And the best thing to check is check whether they can address the previous year question papers. Second thing, whether they will be able to address the future demands of these examinations. And third thing is whether they are good for you or not, whether you are able to understand or not. And in this manner, you can address IR, labor law, social security, accountancy, auditing, and insurance for the next 30 days. You have to give a significant amount of time to these new subjects. Assuming you are reading for 10 hours, give 4 hours for the GS part, at least 6 hours for these subjects. Or you can also do 7 and 3 hours, because these IR, labor laws, is the part which will decide whether you will clear this exam or not. The GS part, the English part will give you a basic platform. But in that platform, where will you stand? Where will you stand? Whether will you stand in the line of selected aspirants or not selected aspirants? It will be decided by these all subjects: IR, labor law, social security, accountancy, auditing, insurance. So my suggestion is go through quality coaching notes. Even if you don't want to go through coaching notes, if you cannot afford coaching notes, so for IR you can read IGNU material. For labor laws, you have to go through bare acts, no other option. For social security in India, you can read bare acts plus certain schemes you can find in Vision IAS forum or any other coaching Waziram. You will find coaching schemes compilation, or you can just randomly search on the internet with the like in ending write UPSC scheme name and UPSC. You will find a good amount of coaching sharing their notes. For accountancy, go through NCRTs, 11th and 12th NCRTs or NIOS material. For auditing, you can go through IGNU. It's not a very comprehensive thing, but you can go through IGNU notes. They are the only thing accessible to you right now. And for insurance, there are no such notes available as of now. It's very easy, very barely one question can be asked. So if you want to read it, you can read through certain banking institutions notes or banking coaching notes. If you want to skip it, you can also skip it. One question, barely one or two question will be asked. No need to worry about it. Very few people will know it. If you want to give effort, read some coaching notes for 10 pages, 5-10 pages max. That's it. Or you can just randomly search internet for this insurance part. Insurance can be skipped. Statistics can be skipped. It should not be skipped, but can be skipped if you don't have the time. But all the other subjects, you have to read it thoroughly, read it very comprehensively. And the last part is current affairs. People are very confused whether we should prepare current affairs, from where we should prepare current affairs, what are the specific EPFO current affairs, or where we can find the coaching notes of EPFO current affairs. There is no such thing as EPFO current affairs. UPSC doesn't conduct the EPFO exam on regular basis. EPFO doesn't have any specific news that you need to understand. Whatever you are reading, whatever booklet or whatever notes you are reading in your SSC preparations, banking or IS preparation, you can go through that. Secondly, if you are not reading anything, go through, I think, Shunya IS notes, which are like summarized notes of all vision and everything, or you can go through vision notes, or you can also go through certain YouTube videos. I barely 4 to 5 questions will be asked from current affairs. I'm avoid excluding the social security scheme part because it's the part of social security and which you can read it easily. For current affairs, 5 questions will be asked. Some question will be from sports and some from other topics. And in 5 questions, it's very difficult to address even 2 questions. So my idea is, if you have done everything, if you are good with GS part, you have done English, history, polity, economy, science, computer, everything, and if you are also good with maths, reasoning, and if you have also read labor law and everything, and you're good with it, go for current affairs. Read current affairs. And if you haven't done all these parts, I would say for now, skip the current affairs in the last 2-3 days. Just go through some sports current affairs through YouTube videos or some other current affairs like fast revision in last 3-4 days. That's it. For now, don't focus much on current affairs. Focus on the static part. Focus on what's important. From out of 120 questions, focus on 115 questions because current affairs will take a lot of time. Each magazine of current affairs takes like 1 or 2 days. In 1 or 2 days, you will just be able to answer 1 questions. But in other subjects, with 1 or 2 days of preparation, you will be able to address 5 to 6 questions, 7 questions. So focus on what's important. Take the cost benefit analysis of everything. Whenever you're reading something now, check whether it is beneficial for me or not. If it is beneficial for you, go for it. If it's not, just avoid it. You can clear this exam with only with the right preparation and right strategy. You cannot clear these exams just by going after everything. If you want to go for these specific subjects like IR, labor law, social security, accounting, auditing. Go for history, go for polity, go for computer, go for science or maths, reasoning. Like, if you want to choose certain things, now choose from these things. If you're good at something, if you're good at history, politics, economy, focus on other subjects. If you're good in labor law, security and everything, focus on GS part. So prepare accordingly. Make sure the next 30 days, you are focusing your preparation on these subjects, not on current affairs or not on certain things which are not at all important. If you want to focus on special subjects, focus on history, polity, science, computer. That's it. And math, reasoning, just solve it like daily basis, like 15-20 minutes daily. It will suffice. I cannot give you a what we say, a dedicated strategy for what 30 days what you should do. What I'm telling you is I can give you a broad timeline. In the next 20 days, cover all the subjects. If you haven't read once, or even if you have read once, twice, thrice, revise all the subjects properly as per your speed. If you think you are good with history and polity, skip it, revise other subjects. If you think you are not good with history and polity, you need a revision, go for them. So in next 20 subjects, whatever your strong part, weak part, in whatever manner, revise them. In the last 10 days, skip, you can skip your strong subjects. If you're good with politics, skip it. If you're good with history, skip it and focus on your weak part. Focus on science, focus on computer, focus on labor law, security, and everything. because in the last 10 days, you need to make sure you stand apart from other people. Because in the next 30 days, most of the individuals are going to go through everything. With everything, you can't score like a good marks. To score good marks, now you know that in next 20 days, I will prepare my strong parts and also focus on my weak parts. But in last 10 days, I will focus on weak parts. Because in history now, you have read a lot of times. In polity, you have read a lot of times. Even if some question come now, you will know. Obviously, you won't be able to address whole parts, but you will know, yeah, one part. Yes, I know one part, and I can like guess something. But in labor law security, you won't be able to guess. You cannot guess in IR, you cannot guess in labor laws. So to reduce that guess part in these subjects, you need to revise them in the last 10 days so that you remember things. It's everything is in your mind. With everything in your mind, even if you don't know full thing, now you will be able to like at least guess something. Guess, yes, I read somewhere something like this, and now I can address this. In last 10 days, focus on these unique subjects, and for other 20 days, focus on both the parts. And for next 20 30 days now, give like 10 12 15 as much as hours of study you can. So now comes the most important subjects that you need to study. If you want to like focus your preparation on certain things, you can focus on labor law and social security, accounting, computer, history, polity, and science. These are the three subjects which we have already discussed why we need to focus on them. So just focus your preparation on them. For science, 10 questions can be asked. Same for the polity, 10, 12 questions can be asked. Same for the history and accounting, around 15 questions. Computer, 9, 10 questions. Labor or social security, around 12 to 15 questions can be asked. Along with the accounting, overall 20 questions can be asked on these topics. If you want to focus, if you want to clear these examinations, make sure you are good in all these 6 or 7 subjects. If you're not good at them, it's hard to clear these examinations. So I think you have understood that what you need to do with the subjects, what you need to do in the next 30 days. Now, the main important question that comes is whether we should enroll in the test series or not. My suggestion is enroll. I will tell you the reasons also. I haven't enrolled in the test series in my previous attempt. That is what I am clarifying you. I haven't done in the previous attempt. The reason being, I didn't have the time or didn't have the idea that where should I get the test series. I searched for certain test series and they were not up to the standards. They were just random question made. Very easy questions, very like to give you a very good comfort. Oh wow, I know the topic, I know the subjects. But I knew that easy subjects, easy topic don't help you, or easy questions don't help you to improve. To help you improve, now you need a deep analysis. UPSC asks deep analytical questions. They don't ask you some random like easy questions that you can solve and clear the examinations. UPSC is moving towards the deep analytical question. They want to take or test your analytical skills. So you need certain test series that are analytical, that address the previous questions also, that can address also the future demand of the examinations. Whatever the UPSC throws at you, the test series, if it can address you or it can prepare you for that, but whatever the UPSC throw at you now, then that is the best test series. And for now, you should enroll in a test series. If you want to already enroll in certain other test series, you can go for that. If you want to try, you can go for Civil Service Express test series. In this, we have addressed everything: the past year UPSC pattern, the future UPSC pattern, and the current ongoing UPSC pattern. Whatever UPSC throws at you now, you will be good to go. And the tests are a bit difficult also. Some tests are easy, some questions are easy, and some questions are deep, analytical, problem based, situation based. Because in exams now, anything can be thrown at you. The way UPSC is evolving itself now, you need to prepare for everything. So when you will solve the questions now, you first thing you will be prepared for the UPSC pattern. Second thing, even if you are not able to solve these questions, even if you find such question hard now, but when you will feel at that question and read it the topic, you will be able to understand the topic comprehensively. Because the best thing or the best way to learn certain thing is to my doing mistakes. When you will do mistakes in such questions, and now you will go and reread the topic, or you will go and reread the explanation. You will understand that what the whole topic wants to tell you. In accounting, auditing, things are very difficult for general UPSC aspirants or general civil service aspirants. So to make things easy for them and to make sure they understand the concept in depth, so that whatever the UPSC throws at you now, you clear it with ease, the test series has been devised. So what if you are going already enrolled in certain test series? If you think that is sufficient, I've already told you the parameters, then go for it. If you don't, then you can and check out the Civil Service Express test series. Also, if you don't want to enroll in such test series, if you don't have the resources, randomly search on internet. Labor law MCQs, social security MCQs, accounting MCQs, computer MCQs. You will find like certain MCQs and try to solve them as much as you can. For accounting auditing, you will find CA level MCQs. Labor law, social security, I don't think you will be able to find MCQs. For computer, you will find MCQs. For history, polity, science, you will find a lot of MCQs. You can go through them. If you cannot afford a test series, go through them. Then second thing is how to approach the test series. Now only 30 days are left. So people are asking like whether we should give a proper test and everything, or we can just read the test series and what should we do. So my suggestion is give 3-4 full length test and one sectional test of each subject if you can. Or I would say just go for 1 or 2 full length tests. Full length tests are not much important. They are just for to test that whether you can attend all the question in time period or not. Focus on sectional test, accounting, labor law, social security, computer, everything. And if you can give at least one social sectional test for each of the subjects. And if you have access to multiple tests, na, like 2-3 sectional tests for each subject, solve one properly in the exam environment, and other you can just solve the question randomly. Like you did 20 question in the morning, 20 in the evening, 20 next day, just like that. Whatever thing suits you in a that manner. And if you do certain questions wrong, read the explanation or read the notes. So in a way, you will be able to solve test also. Plus, with random solving on test papers, na, you'll be able to address all your deficiencies, all your weak part. If you think you know that I'm like making mistakes in certain topics multiple times, now you can go and read that topic up again. And if you think yes, I'm good with particular topic, you can skip that topic in the revision. So test series of solving questions is very important to understand your weak parts, to understand or to make mistakes in the earlier part. Like it's better to bleed during your practice sessions rather than bleeding in the main examination part. So I think I've addressed all your concerns regarding the subjects, regarding the test series. Even if you think that yes, I have certain questions, I have certain problems which are unique, which has not been addressed in this particular specific session, you can DM us on @CSE help desk on Telegram. You can find that particular username in the description box also. Plus, if you want to enroll in the Civil Service Express test series or anything else, you can also ask them in the same CSE help desk on Telegram. Thank you so much and all the best for next 30 days. Make sure you dedicate your next 30 days to this exams. If you are serious for this exams, dedicate all your next 30 days in this particular exams. And I also want to like tell you one more thing. People are very skeptical that whether we will be able to clear this exam in the next 30 days or not. If we start preparation now, whether we will be able to clear it or not. So I can tell you one thing, and I haven't told you this thing earlier. The reason being, people take things very lightly. Those who are preparing for a long time, that's good. They should prepare, and they have very higher chances of clearing this examination. But if you're someone who don't have the time, or you just got free and just got realized that this exam is upcoming and I want to prepare for this exam and clear this exam. So majority or the myself and previous year toppers or my colleagues have cleared this exam with the 30 days preparation only. Some prepare for 30 days, 40 days, 50 days, next max, because they were already involved in certain other cycles, exam cycles, and they didn't have time or they didn't have the energy to dedicate the whole 3 months, 4 months to this exam. But they gave the exam in last 30 days. Certain even gave the exam in 20 days. For myself, I prepared for like 35 days something. I prepared my notes and everything and did all the efforts. So with even with that, I was able to clear this exam. And if you are someone who wants to prepare for this exam in the next 30 days, with presently now you have access to all the resources, notes and everything. You have access to notes, quality contents, test series and everything. You can easily clear these examinations. But there should be one condition. You should already be in this exam cycle. If you are already in this cycle of civil services examination now, you can clear this exam in the next 30 days also. But if you're someone new and you are thinking like, yeah, I haven't prepared for the civil services, I haven't read history, polity, anything, and now I want to enter this examination, so it's very difficult for you. If you are someone who have already read the GS part, you just want to focus on the specific special subject parts and the revise your GS part and maths and reasoning part, yes, you can do it. But if you're someone new who just want to like start everything from the new and clear this exam in 30 days, I think it's not very much possible, but it's not impossible also if you are talented and you can do it. But comparatively very difficult for a new beginner. But if you're someone already preparing for SSC, UPSC or banking exam already in certain exam cycles, and you have 30 days left for these examinations, and you want to dedicate these next 30 days into this examination, you can easily clear it. Easily. I am saying a lot of my colleagues have cleared this examination with this much preparation only, and they have secured great ranks. So, all the best for your next 30 days. If you have any questions, any queries, feel free to ask on the CSC help desk on Telegram. We'll meet in the next session.